Chevrolet has just changed the automotive industry forever. If you guys don't know, Chevrolet has just released all the information and debuted their long-awaited ZR1 C8 Corvette. I'm sure there's a lot of motorcycle and car enthusiasts watching this video who are thinking, why the fuck do we care, Dan? Oh yeah, maybe it's because it makes 1,064 horsepower and is the highest power producing V8 in a sports car. Oh, and fun fact, they built that on accident. No, for real, we'll get into that. Chevrolet accidentally built the highest horsepower V8 ever put into a sports car. The numbers did get leaked early, which I think was kind of crazy. Someone dropped the ball there. I don't know if that was a good thing or not. Maybe they tactically leaked the fact that it was going to be a 1,000 horsepower Corvette. I mean, it seems like good marketing to me, to be honest, because it worked. 1,000 horsepower out of a factory production Corvette. That is insane. And I'll be 100% honest with you guys, I'm actually pissed. Right? And I know that's a weird reaction, but once I saw that 1,000 horsepower number figure, the 1,064, I knew that I would never be able to afford it. I was instantly mad because of how fucking cool it was, dude. Honestly, I really want a Z06. I've been wanting one for a little while now. I made the conscious decision that I want one the other day and that I'm gonna work towards getting one. And then they fucking released this thing. I'm supposed to get into a shitty 600 whatever horsepower Corvette now, knowing that they're gonna make almost an 1,100 horsepower version of it. I'm assuming with a factory warranty. My mind goes all over the place. Imagine how many of these things you're gonna see at TX2K with fucking bigger turbos. Like, why would you want, it's like, who is that for? You know what I'm saying? From what I've read so far, it seems like right now the general consensus that's going to be somewhere around like 180 MSRP to like 210. And you know, dealerships are going to sell those things for $300,000, no shit, all day long, if not more. People sold and bought Z06s at release for that price. And the same thing happened with the C8. People paid Z06 prices for the Stingray version of it because Chevrolet's allowing these markups to happen, and I know that's going to continue to happen, which means that you will never see one of these at MSRP. Because right now, if you wanted to go buy a C7 ZR1, they're still selling for $150,000, and those were like $130,000 new, which means they've gone up in price because it's a limited run. It's a collector's edition, right? I don't think they've given us a production number on those ZR1s, but I promise you it's not gonna be like a ton. And that sucks because I would love to own one, right? Like fucking, who wouldn't? And if you're saying to yourself right now, like, oh, I wouldn't, you know, I wouldn't want to own one of those Corvettes. It's so gay, it's a Corvette. You are lying to yourself and everyone around you. That's more horsepower than a Bugatti Veyron, which was a quad turbo W16. The ZR1's a 5.5 with two big ass turbos, and that's it. No electric assist front wheel drive, none of that shit. An almost 1,100 horsepower rear wheel drive monster. Both people who ran them on the Nürburgring hit over 200 miles an hour on their first run. I think we're seeing a race to the end. I think we're seeing Chevrolet try to claim the spot as the biggest and baddest gas producing manufacturer of the big three, up until the very fucking end, where the government's gonna probably try to mandate electric cars. I mean, we've seen this with Dodge, but this is different than slapping a bigger supercharger on your 6.2 and just being like, lol, more gas. Like, it's truly a completely new form of engine production from GM. Listen to this interview with the engineer, all right? Come on, let's take a tour.
This is one of our best engines ever. It's the most powerful production V8 engine ever put in a sports car.
That's fucking nuts. The most powerful production engine put into a sports car.
It's almost like a race engine for a car.
Damn right. Hell yeah, brother.
The engine is very solid, robust, extremely durable, and makes a ton of power.
All right, I think that's really important to note here. He says the engine is very powerful, it's very robust, and it's very durable. Usually when you're making that kind of power, you only get 2 out of those 3. And from it to be producing 1,000 horsepower from the factory, and by the way, let me dick ride Chevy some more. Get used to it. We like Chevy here. To me, that says that the engine has more potential. They're just not willing to put it out right now. They're probably saving that for the Zorro, which is coming, I think. I'm pretty sure they've already gotten some patents locked down. There are some talks about it being the ZR1 setup plus the electrical front wheel drive assist. I mean, like, why wouldn't you at this point? Probably putting it somewhere around 12 to 1,300 horsepower and probably 1,000 foot-pounds of torque. That's my ballpark guess after seeing these numbers, which I'm already was like crazy wrong about. I was thinking 850 to 900 max. And that was me being generous. I never would have thought 1,000 horsepower.
And we actually started with our goals to be 850 horsepower originally. But when we built the first engines and had them on the dyno,
that's crazy,
we were running
bro.
them on the dyno with the wastegates fully open, we were making over 800 horsepower at that point. And
first run on wastegate with the goal of 800 horsepower, making over 800 horsepower on accident. is fucking bananas, dude. I know I'm riding this meat. I'm diehard Team Chevy guy, always have been.
We worked closely with Taj. We didn't want to make sure we didn't overpower the car, and we started iterating and increasing the power levels. So 850.
Yeah, so they didn't want to overpower the car. It made so much power, they're like, nah, let's cap it. So hyped about a car that I will never own, but I'm sure I will drive one someday.
High revving magic, but this time the equipped turbochargers really bring the power to these unbelievable.
Hey, you remember that car that was already fast? Yeah, we slapped some fucking turbos on it and it made a dickload more power. Have fun, boomers.
You get this experience that's like, oh my god, what did I just feel?
He's like, is your car fast? He's like, it will fuck you up.
76mm compressors.
What?
So in the design of the turbocharger,
Dude, getting factory twin 76s. I wonder who they used. Or if they made them in-house, they might be OEM. Dude, I'm so bummed. That's infuriating, man. It's so much cooler than I wanted it to be. I was hoping it would be kind of lame so I could maybe own one. It's still probably going to be cheaper than like a used Huracan. The performance will be like quadruple of that. Maybe I could get a wrecked one and rebuild it. I gotta figure it out, man. I gotta get one. I gotta have this car. Like, I want a Z06 really bad. Like, really bad. And I'm gonna make that happen. I'm not even, like, I'm not lustful of Lamborghinis. I don't want a Ferrari. Like, I've just never really been attuned with those cars. But this, fuck me sideways. I'm going ham on the business. I'm catching up on orders and I'm doubling down on the business. I want this. I mean, I could sell my house. You know, you can sleep in a car. You can't drive a house. Let's see. I think I saw some Nürburgring stuff. Yeah, here we go. We got some onboard footage. Whoa. Let's see that. Let's watch that acceleration. That's fucking brutal. That is brutal. That is like... That's like the McLaren type acceleration right there. Is he gonna hit 200 right out of the gate? Is he really about to hit... He's really about to hit 200 right out of the gate. Dude just left the paddock. Are you kidding me? Look how fast that thing's pulling at top end while also making 1,000 pounds of downforce. You know, that rear view camera just went out. Honestly, at that speed, you don't need to be looking behind you anyway. It knew what's up. I tell you what, man, I am butthurt. I really... Just chill, dude. Chill, baby girl. I'm butthurt, though, dude. This sucks. They made something so cool that I'm mad about it, dude. Ugh. You know, I think we'll inevitably see some, like, people get them relatively soon. I think we're gonna see some YouTubers probably get, like, the YouTuber privilege card and get one earlier, too. That'll be cool, so we'll get to see some early footage of it, and I'll hate them for that. There's a guy named Speed Venom. Maybe he'll grab one. I like him. I like his content. I'd love to see his perspective of it, and I'm sure my buddy David will be one of the first people to review on that dude in blue. I'd love to hear his perspective of it, and if you don't call me for that event, I'll be really sad. But that being said, man, I am excited. I am excited to see how well this thing performs. What do you guys think? I'm sure there is a ton of people who couldn't give a fuck. They'd still rather have their Mustangs or their Camaros or their whatever over something like this. Be that as it may, I respect your opinion. You know, everyone's allowed to be wrong, and that's cool. For real though, I know I've glazed this thing like for a whole video. I'm in love. God, I'm about to sell fucking everything and buy one, dude. I'm wrapping up this video, but completely by coincidence, I happen to have my own car review. I reviewed my own C8 that I've had now for 4 years, and that's going live this weekend, so look out for that. I'd love it if you watch that. I've worked really hard on it, coming from a very honest perspective, and it's a cool video, so check that out this weekend. Fucking A. Buy some license plate frames, I guess. I don't know. I got work to do.